Hey guys, it's me Ryan, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video I have a big fabric haul for you guys. So the past 4 weeks I have been away. I went to up north, I went to Hartlepool, which is just below Newcastle and like just above Middlesbrough. And of course, whilst I was there, I had to take advantage of all the fabric shops, because in Swansea there's one fabric shop, and for what I personally like my needs when it comes to fabric, I don't find it very useful. But up in north there was a lot of fabric shops that I could go to, which I absolutely love, because I'm not sure about you guys, let me know down below, but I prefer to buy fabric in store, in person if I can. I do always try and refrain from ordering fabric online, simply because you never know how it's going to come, you never know how it's going to be, the quality, the colour. But I did purchase a few fabrics whilst I was up north. When I say a few, I literally had to buy another suitcase to bring it home. But I did take advantage of the fact I could buy things in store up there, because like I said, there's not much selection of fabric here in Swansea, especially where I am anyway. So I purchased a lot of fabric, and I thought I would sit down and show you guys. I have been a bit MIA from YouTube recently. I've had a lot going on. I've been away, but also when I come back from going away a few days ago, sadly our dog, one of our family dogs, had to be put to sleep. It was really unexpected and of course devastating for us all. So I'm really just trying to get through that right now as well, so that's kind of why I've been like not doing much as well. So I'm trying to get back into this, and I promise you guys I will be uploading more frequently. I have so many sewing plans and things I want to do, and I just want to get back sewing. I'm just trying to get back to myself as well. So I'm just going to be sitting down today and showing you guys what I purchased. I just want to tell you guys about that, because you guys are following me and there's a lot of new people here as well, and I always want to be as authentic as possible. I also did receive a big box of fabric from a fellow sewer, Alan, which also has a YouTube channel, and I will link that down below. He was destashing, so he decided to send me a box of fabric that he didn't want no more, or he thought he couldn't get any use out of, and I have to say I really do love the fabrics he sent me, so I will show you guys them in the end as well. If you guys are new around here as well, because like I said there are a lot of new people, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also share it if you guys know anyone else into sewing or textiles. Also be sure to hit the like button on this video, and also leave me a comment down below again telling me if you're more of an online fabric person or in store. Also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, that is linked down below as well. You guys will see behind the scenes of everything on there, and what I do off camera on YouTube as well. So I just wanted to tell you guys that before I get started. So the first fabric that I purchased was from a shop called Seam So Easy. It's like an alteration shop in Hartlepool, and most of the fabric they sell there is dance material, because they do make dance outfits. But I did manage to find some French terry-like fabric that I've been looking for a while. So this is the fabric I purchased. It's just a basic plain old like French terry-like, and I say French terry-like because I'm not 100% sure if it's French terry, but as you guys can see it's kind of like a normal jersey on the front, but then on the back it's looped. So French terry, as you guys know, is looped back fabric, and that's exactly what this has, and on the front it's just like a regular jersey material. This is really wide. I think he said it was either 55 or 65. I bought 3 meters of this because it was only £4 a meter. It's kind of a lightweight, it's not too heavy, and my plan for this is to make a few sweaters, like lightweight sweaters maybe for the summer, but definitely to make some elasticated shorts for the summer out of this, because it is a very nice breathable fabric for the summer, and also really lightweight, which is amazing. So that is the first fabric I purchased, and the only fabric from that specific shop actually. So I'm really happy with that buy. The next fabric shop I went to was actually in Stockton-on-Tees, and that is called Panicles, and this was my favourite fabric shop simply because they had a massive selection, both for fashion fabrics, for like garments, but also for quilters as well. So the first fabric I purchased there was this linen. So if you guys have been around here for a while, you know I've been looking for some quality linen, just because I've always wanted to buy linen, and I do want to make either a lightweight summer jacket out of this or some wide leg trousers for the summer, because as you guys know linen is really breathable and it's really good for the summer. So This is the linen. As you can see, it's just a plain old beige kind of natural coloured linen. They did have more there, but they were all patterns, and I'm not really a pattern kind of person. I'm more solids, like solid colour. But this was the first fabric I bought from there. I bought 2 meters of this, and it's a really nice quality linen, and it's perfect for the summer. So I bought 2 meters of that. I then purchased from the same shop this cotton wool blend fabric. So as you can see, it's got a really beautiful check pattern through it. It's kind of like a checkered pattern, like a big checkered pattern, and the thing that really attracted me to it was this green stripe going through it. And that attracted me to it because I feel like it makes the pattern and the fabric that much more modern, which I really like. So I purchased this from the shop. I believe I purchased, I think it was 2.5 or 3 meters of this. But like I said, it's a lightweight cotton wool blend, and I'm gonna make hopefully some shirts out of this. Maybe not for summer, maybe towards the autumn, because it is like a wool blend, so it will be more warm, unlike linen or 100% cotton. But I purchased that because it's absolutely stunning, and it's really modern in my opinion. It's a modern fabric, and yeah, I really liked that green stripe going through there. The next fabric I purchased from the shop is this cotton. It's kind of like, I'm not going to say it's lightweight, but it's not heavy. I think it's like a medium weight cotton. It's got stretch in it as well, like one-way stretch, which I don't mind, but to be honest, I don't know why I purchased this. I just really like the pattern. It's kind of like an old fabric, I'd say. So this is what it looks like. So as you guys can see, the pattern on that there, it's kind of like a starish pattern. If it focus in, it's kind of like an old pattern in my opinion. It's not modern, I would say, but for some reason I was really drawn and attracted to this fabric. It's definitely more of a lightweight, and I think it was cheap as well. It's like a lightweight cotton with that pattern on. I think it's either embroidered or just like embossed on. But I purchased 3 meters of this. I'm literally, this is the only fabric I'm not sure what I'm going to do with, but for some reason I was really attracted to it, so that will definitely come in use sometime in the future. And the last fabric from the shop, which is the first one I actually went to, is just this lightweight denim. So as you guys can see, it's just a regular denim. It's a really lovely light blue color. I don't like denim that's really dark. I really like light colors, like lighter blues especially. So I bought 3 meters of this, or 2. I think I bought 2 or 3, maybe 2, because yeah, I bought 2 meters of this because it is 65 or 68 wide. It's really wide. So that will definitely be enough for a shirt. I do plan on making a shirt out of this, which will be in a upcoming video. I do have to make my own pattern and everything first, but I do plan on making a shirt out of this. It's just a lovely lightweight denim, and I might actually print on it, so I'm using blocks or fabric printing using block printing technique. I might print on it like that. But yeah, I did purchase this. It's a really lovely like lightweight denim, as I said, a lightweight blue denim, and yeah, I really love it. The next fabric I purchased is from Denim, and it is this really lovely faux silk taffeta. It's not real silk taffeta, it is fake, but I purchased this because it's a really nice blush pink colour, and my very first thought when I saw this is I could make my niece, who is almost 9, some sort of summer outfit using this. Silk I haven't worked with before, but I don't think, it doesn't feel, because it's not real, it's fake silk taffeta, I don't think it's going to be that much difficult to work with. But I purchased 3 meters of this, and it was £5 a meter. Again, this is from Denim, and it's just a fake silk taffeta, and I really like this fabric, especially the colour. The colour is what drew me to it. Again, like when it comes to denim, I don't like the dark blues. The same when it comes to like kind of any fabric, I don't like dark unless I have a specific design in mind or for a specific brief. I do tend to go for more pastel or lighter tones just because that's what I prefer, and I think that's what looks better, unless it's just black. Unless it's a black colour or black, I do tend just to go for lighter fabrics. And yeah, so I did purchase this. As you guys can see, it's got a really nice sheen to it, so I'm excited to come up with a design for this and actually use this. I purchased 3 meters of this, but it is really wide, so I probably could have got 2. but you never know, I could, you know, use it again in the future for something. So that was the only fabric I purchased from Denim. The next fabric I purchased is from Material World, which is another fabric shop in Hartlepool, and this is a denim. It is a darker blue, but I do think it will look nice for some shorts or for maybe even a shirt as well. But my plan for this, I do want to bleach it because it is dark. So as you guys can see, this is just a regular denim. It's a I'd say a lightweight. I wouldn't say it's heavy. I'd say maybe a medium weight denim. I bought 3 meters of this, and as you can see, it is darker, but I do have a plan on bleaching this into like a pattern. So kind of, if I clamp it in certain ways and then bleach it, it will come out in a pattern. So I do plan on bleaching this because it is dark for what I like. But again, you know, it could look nice for a lightweight denim shirt for the summer. And I did like it when I first saw it, so I definitely will be using it. And then again, from Material World, I did purchase this. Again, I think it's like a cotton wool blend fabric, and it is a check. So as you guys can see, it's again, I bought this because I thought it was a really modern pattern. But overall, I did actually think it looked kind of like Burberry, like it reminded me of Burberry, that checkered kind of fabric that they use. So this is really, really nice. It is a cotton wool blend, as I said. I bought 3 meters of this. It's really lightweight, so I definitely will be making a summer shirt out of this, I think, because it is lightweight and it is breathable, which is really important for the summer. So maybe an oversized lightweight shirt I will make out of this. But again, what attracted me to this is the pattern, because I thought it was really modern and just really, really nice. And then I also purchased some threads to match the checkered fabric from Material World, because I don't have anything that will match that. So I just purchased white threads, actually, which are, one's like an off-white colour and one's like a pure white, and these are moon threads, so they are really good. I actually haven't used moon thread before like this on my regular sewing machine. I use the cones of moon thread for my overlocker, which are just like industry standard. They are the best to use for overlocker, but I've actually never used moon thread on my regular sewing machine. I've always used Gutermann, so I will just use this and see how it turns out. And then the last fabric of my fabric purchases, I actually went back to Material World and I bought a I saw this fabric when I first went in there, but I wasn't sure if I was going to pick it up, but I decided I wanted to. But first I bought some buttons, because I wanted some buttons to match the fabric. So they are just, if you guys can see, they are just some yellow and pink buttons. I think I bought 10 of each, just to match. Maybe I will use them with it, maybe I won't. But you know, I might end up using a contrast colour. But before I show you the fabric, I did also buy, I'm going to show you the fabric first actually. So it is just, I bought 3 meters, I think this was 45 inches wide. It's 3 meters of just some 100% gingham, which is a 100% cotton fabric. So as you guys can see, it is coming off much lighter on camera, but it is kind of a darker yellow. But I thought this would be really nice for summer for my niece again. Of course not for me. Maybe a shirt or something if she doesn't like it, but this is like what I want to make for my niece. I want to use this as well as the silk, the pink silk taffeta I showed you earlier, not together, but those were the 2 fabrics that I purchased specifically for her in mind. I also purchased a few threads there to match the fabric, but also to match the like Burberry looking checkered fabric I bought earlier. So the first one I bought to try and match the yellow gingham fabric was just this one here. So it's kind of a pale yellow fabric, pale yellow thread. Again, it is moon thread, so I'm praying they work on my sewing machine. Also for the silk taffeta, I purchased some pink moon thread. I purchased that one, which is more of a brighter pink, and then I also purchased more of a coral subdued pink colour. I then did purchase like a yellowy gold to try and match the previous like Burberry looking fabric I showed you guys. And then I also purchased a much brighter yellow, which I think will be a better match for the gingham print fabric. So those are the threads I purchased. And I did purchase a top stitching thread from Denim as well, and it's just a regular white top stitch thread. thinking back, I wish I purchased a pink one, but then if I am going to top stitch anywhere, as well as understitch on some areas, I think the white against the pink would look really nice. So I did purchase that. It is just Gutterman thread. It is 100 millimeter. It's 100 meters of just polyester top stitching thread. Top stitching thread is just a thicker thread. You can just use regular thread, but I think it just gives it a nicer effect. So those are all the threads I bought. So now I'm going to show you the fabrics that Alan sent me. So all the fabrics I've shown you up to this point are all that I've purchased. Now I'm going to show you the ones Alan sent me, and I think you guys will really like them as well. The first fabric I received from Alan is this really nice dark green tweed. There's about 2 meters of each. He said where he could, he's put 2 to 2.5 meters of fabric in. So I'm not sure it's going to be enough there to create full garments, but I definitely have ideas of piecing things together. So the first one was this really stunning dark green tweed. It's like a tartan tweed. It's really beautiful, and I really like this. So this was the first one that he sent. Next one is like a wool or wool blend, like wool cotton blend. So this, I think this is about 2 meters of this. There's some, like, I think there's like a bit of stretch in this, but it's not too much. So it's just a dark green wool blend, which again think could be nice for a shirt, but maybe some, not trousers. It's really lightweight for trousers. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this, but I really do like it. The next one is kind of like this denim like blue one with this pattern on. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this, but it's really nice. I actually do like it. Of course, I'm not just going to make things because I can. I do want to use them like effectively. So that is the next one. Again, it's just a lightweight. No, I want to say denim. It's like a really like denim cotton. I'm not quite sure, but it's really nice anyway. So that was the next fabric in the box. Then this off-white cream fabric, I'm going to call it, is just a twill, which I'm not sure what I'm going to make with this, but I did think of block printing this again with a design of mine, and maybe using it as lining for things, or even making like a lightweight summer jacket out of this, and just print it to make it more interesting, because it is of course very like bland. But I definitely think I will be printing that, even if just for experiment. I think that will be perfect to print on. This next fabric, which is also a favourite of mine, is kind of, I'd say this is like a cotton wool. I think, I'm not quite sure, but it's just this really smart, like kind of checkered fabric. It reminds me of Alexander McQueen trousers actually. So this is stunning. I will definitely be making things out of this in the summer. Or even for winter, because this would be a stunning winter fabric. So as you guys can see, it's kind of got a nice weave to it. It's just like a black and grey weave, and it's really nice. It's actually, it looks really high end, and it looks really I want to use the word expensive if you use it in the right kind of design. It definitely has potential, this fabric, so I will definitely be making things out of that. It is one of my favourites. Then we just have some, like, this reminds me of like some 80s, and the pattern reminds me of like 70s, 80s. It's kind of just like a fleece material. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this, but again, I really like the pattern and the bright vivid colours on it. I could make something that's not a garment out of that, possibly. But yeah, that's just like a fleece that was in there. The next fabric that I actually thought was really interesting, I'm definitely going to be keeping to use for university, because as like a fashion designer, sometimes I do want to use fabrics that are more out of the box. This is like a laser cut faux leather. It's really thin, and what's the word, it's really frail. I'm going to use that word, but as you can see, it's like a laser cut pattern on the inside, and it's like a faux leather, really lightweight. I literally have no idea what I'm going to do with this, but I thought it was just really interesting. So this is definitely one that I'm going to keep, and I will be using in university next year, because I think it'll just be really interesting for what we can come up with as in design wise. So I thought that was a really interesting fabric that was in there, and I didn't expect it either. But yeah, it's definitely been laser cut, and I think it's just really cool, so I will be keeping that. Then we kind of have like a, I want to use silk, I want to say silk, but I'm not quite sure. It's definitely got some body to it, and it creases a lot, so like as you can see, when I like scrumple it, it stays. It's kind of a autumnal coloured fabric. It's like a orangey colour with like these leaves on there, as you can see. Again, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this, but I actually do really like it, so depending on what I design in the future, it could come in handy for that. And we just have some regular cotton. This is like a really old print. I can't see myself using this for much, but again, you never know. That is just some plain old cotton that was in there. We just have some, I think this is polyester or silk. I think it's polyester by the feel. Again, it's just regular chocolate brown polyester fabric. Or silk it could be, but this would come in really handy for lining. We just have this really drapey, like, I want to say like viscose material. It's really thin and see-through. Again, I'm not quite sure what I'll do with this because of the pattern on it. I do like the pink colour on the back. We have some silks, so this is like a green silk, which I really like. I think this is silk anyway. I think it's some sort of silk anyway. It's like a really earth green colour, and it's got like these embroidered like lines running through it, if you guys can see, which I actually think is really nice. So it looks better this side. It's like more of a crisscross pattern, which I think is really nice. I'd say it's about 1 meter of that there, so it could come in handy for lining for some bags or things like that. Probably not a garment because I don't think there's enough there, but that is actually really nice, and I do think it's a really beautiful fabric because I really love the colour. Then we have some really bright pink. I want to say this is like a cotton blend again. It's not silk. Again, the colour I actually do really like. It's really vivid. It's much brighter in real life. It's like a neon pink, but that will come in handy for something, I'm sure. Then again, this is the exact same fabric as this, but it's just a blue colour, which I really like actually. And as you guys can see, I'm not sure if it's the way it's been weaved or if it's just on old fabric, but it's got lines running through it. It does look like an older fabric, but I really do like the colour of this, so I'm sure I could use that in something in the future. And then we have some, I think this is like a silk or brocade fabric, I'm not too sure, but this is like a really nice greyish, I want to say, like, in my head it's like a greyish silver. I think this is actually really stunning. It's really reflective with the light, as you guys can see, but it's got some sort of sheen to it and like some lines in there. I think this is silk actually, I'm not quite sure, so anyone feel free to correct me below if you can see what it is. But yeah, I think it's really nice, and it's actually, I think it's about 2 meters of this. I'm not quite sure how wide it is, but it's a really nice fabric. I think it is some sort of silk, which I really do like. So that is another fabric that was in the box. Then we have a lot, I think this is probably about 3 meters of this. If not, it's really wide. This is kind of just a fleece fabric. So as you guys can see on the back, if you can see that, it's like fleece. And I'm not sure what I would do with this, but I like the colour, so you never know. I could use it for something. And I think it's like some sort of fleece. It seems like some sort of fleece anyway. It's really lightweight. It's definitely like a fleece wool blend of some sort. But that was in there as well. Then we have, I think this is a lot of silk again. I'm not sure. It's the same fabric as these few here. So maybe there is silk. I'm not quite sure. I will look it up. But there's a lot of this here, and I do really like it because of the colour. It's like a pinky purpley burgundy colour in my head. It's definitely more on the purple side, but it's got a lovely sheen to it. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this, but this has a lot of potential because there's a lot here, and I also really like it, and it's not too lightweight. It seems like to have some body to it. Sent me a bunch of zips, not like I needed any more. I've got a ton of zips. And then there's this really lightweight, like viscosy material, and I mean it's so sheer. I can literally see that my camera through it right now, so I'm not quite sure what I will use this for. We have, I think this is more silk or some sort of silk taffeta, because it does feel like the one I bought from Denim. It might be a fake silk taffeta again, but this is just a plain purple, and again I think this is really stunning, and I think there's a lot there. And then the last fabric, which again is denim. So this is what it looks like. It's kind of The denim I showed you guys earlier, I bought a really light blue shade, and then I bought that darker one. This is kind of in the middle, which is really, really cool. Months ago, Alan actually made a jacket out of this. He created a denim jacket out of this, and it was absolutely stunning. I'll try and get him to send me photos of it, and I'll pop them up on the screen. And since then, I've been trying to look for this fabric, and it's out of stock anywhere. And he knew I was trying to look for it, and so that's why he sent this to me. So thank you so much, Alan, for that. It is really, really kind of you. In this big biscuit box here, Alan kindly put in is a ton of buttons. So as you guys can see, there are literally just bags and bags of buttons, and they're actually really nice. Some are vintage, some are just plain, which I really like. But as you see, there are just tons and tons of bags of buttons, so I will definitely be organising these and showing you guys a video. So yeah, as you can see, a ton of buttons in there. So that is all for this video. Again, I showed you guys everything that I purchased in that massive box of fabric that Alan sent me. This is the box here. It is a very, very big box, and again, Alan, if you're watching, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And guys, be sure to go and subscribe to Alan. I will link his YouTube channel down below. He's an absolutely amazing sewist and tailor. He makes some amazing things. His channel is relatively new, so I'm sure he will appreciate all of your guys' support. Again, I bought all this fabric up in England, in Hartlepool and the surrounding area. Thank you guys so much for the support and following me. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers, and again, when I hit that, I will be doing a fabric giveaway of just fabrics that I don't use and things that I just won't use and just sitting around. So I will be doing a fabric giveaway once we hit 1,000 subscribers. So if you are new around here, please be sure to subscribe, and again, hit that like button. And then also be sure to follow me on Instagram, and that is linked down below as well. And again, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.